take the pen tool and just kind of stretch this out a little bit. Find this curve, using the shift key to help hold it straight down. And just kind of bringing this straight across here. Now, selecting it with the reflect tool, here's the rotation reflect tools right there. I have a ruler guide in there, so I'm just going to use the option and click and hit preview and see what it looks like. Copy it over there and take both of these together and just go to object path and join them together. So now I have one item that's a solid piece. Okay. The same with anything else. I could try to do some of the repeated if it's easier to do. So here's the line segment tool, so I'm just going to draw this up and do the same thing. Deselect it so that I can select the entire piece. Option on the ruler guide to give me a reflection on there, and just copy it over there. Okay? And then with this part that I just showed you, I'm going to come across with it here. So there's the path under Effect, Zigzag under Distort Transform. Here it is, a little bit high. Decrease this down a little bit. Minimize this a bit. Smooth it out. So that gives me that section that I can just place right in there. So that gives me that section. Anything that's down here, I can do the same thing, try to reproduce half of it and just flip it over to the side. It does have a little bit of edge to it, so depending on how far you take that. So I'm going to go shift key with this. There's that part. And I'm just going to select it, reflect it across, and copy it. That gives me that section. Now keep in mind, if it's too far over, or not over far enough, drop that on there. So I can do the same thing, just option right on that anchor point, and copy it, and just shift key this with the object, join. Okay. Keep in mind with the section of the tool here with a stroke, give it some rounded edges. Can continue to do that. If I round this off, I can round these edges off like that. Gives me that section to work with. And then these two strips, I can just simply draw one, keep the rounded corner on it, and drop it down with the duplicate tool. Okay. And then this last part, I'm just going to use the line segment tool to draw this section here. Go back to the path tool, give it a little thickness to it. And depending on how you want to rotate this around, you can find the center of rotation. You can place this off to the piece here. You can set a ruler guide up with the horizontal pieces. Take the reflect back to rotate. And remember, it's option click, and it shows you that section. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 12. So 360 divided by 12. Copy it that way. So I'm just going to duplicate this all the way around and go back and take out the ones that I don't need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So everything's there. Just highlight it all, select it, and just use the eyedropper again on the tops of these. The only thing you have to be aware of is that the style of the rounded is going to show up, so I'm going to take that off and go to the palette to get the color on just the stroke. That way everything's now jumping across. And it looks like the stroke's a different color there. So I'm just going to highlight that again. this part, Option and duplicate this down. And just a minute, I'm just going to group these together to clean them up just by drawing a box around it. And everything should be okay. So I have the graphics, just have to do the text. And again, just do one text box, so it'll make it a little bit easier. So for example, if I come down to caps lock student learning, and just use the eyedrop to get that color. Shift key to get to that size. Set that up here. Hit the return so it'll match this segment for you. And then when you get to the text, you can see it's Helvetica, just go to regular, and it should be okay on that part. And then once you have that kind of placed, then just highlight them both, and Option, and move it right up with the Shift key. And you can see all you have to do is change that section. If you can't read the inscription, just drag it down. And you'll be all set. And all the formatting will come right along with it. So once you get it set up, it's a little easier to place where it belongs. So see if you can put those together, and then I'll go over the